You'll inevitably have a huge drone army doing your bidding in Planet Crafter, but at first glance, it's not immediately clear how it works or how you should use them. You first need to unlock and craft a drone station. This acts as the starting point for a drone and where they return when they have nothing to do. You then need to craft some drones either at the drone station or at an autocrafter. If using an autocrafter, you then need to place them in the drone station to activate. To get them working, you need to set your supply and demand containers. Most containers in the game can be set to demand or supply various resources. Let's say I set this locker to supply iron, and then I set this locker to demand iron. The drones will grab from the supply source and bring it to the demand source. It can then be set to have priorities, so let's say I have a locker demanding iron at a 5 priority while another demands it at a 1. The drones will first fill the 5 priority locker before filling the 1 priority locker. Putting this to practical use, you can set your extractors to supply resources and have drones bring them back to storage in your base. You can then use priorities to tell them what to do when your base storage is full. If the item is worth Terra tokens, you can then set your trading rockets to a lower priority, and overflow of that resource can be sent off to trading rockets. I would also note that some resources in the world don't need to have a supply set to be grabbed by a drone with demand orders, notably food in various growers and algae. Now for a simple example of putting this all together that you'll access fairly early on is crafting bacteria samples. You can easily place water collectors and algae generators within range of an autocrafter. Set the autocrafter as supplying bacteria samples. When it makes one, you can have your drone stored in your base, and excess carried off to a trading rocket for Terra tokens at a lower priority. You'll repeat this dynamic for a bunch of different resources as you progress further in the game. You may also need to set up shredders with a low priority because T1 and T2 extractors will mine different types of resources and could get clogged by one you have in excess of. To avoid this, you can set a shredder to a low priority and have unneeded materials destroyed to make sure it does not clog your extractor. As you make more and more resource generators with more and more drones, you may find your drones aren't picking up items that they should be. This could be for a few reasons. First, make sure you have enough drones by checking a drone station. If you're using nearly all your drones, you may want to craft more. Second, drones do take time to move around, and you'll eventually want to use only T2 drones that move much faster. Lastly, drones don't over-allocate storage. If there's only one slot left in a locker, only one drone will be sent to grab that resource. If you're auto-crafting from that locker and the resource is far away, you may end up using resources faster than your drones would allocate picking them up, even if you have more than enough in your supply. To deal with this, you may end up needing to make more demand containers or upgrade your containers to T2 lockers. Utilizing drones is critical to your progression, so if you have any questions I haven't covered, please let me know in the comments. And if this has been helpful and you want more, feel free to subscribe. I hope this has been helpful, and thank you for watching.